The world watched in awe as Curry made his mark in history, breaking a record that many thought would stand for much longer. But what did Miller, the man who held the record for so many years, think of Curry's incredible achievement? In a candid reaction, Miller shared his thoughts on the historic moment, offering a mix of respect, admiration, and understanding of how basketball and its players evolve. Though his record had been eclipsed, Miller's response was as graceful as it was insightful, shedding light on his deep love for the game and his role in shaping its future. Passing the torch, a respectful acknowledgement. Reggie Miller's reaction to Curry breaking his three-point record was marked by a sense of pride and respect. While some players might have felt bitter or envious at seeing their records fall, Miller was far from bitter. Instead, he saw it as a moment of celebration for the game itself. "I knew it was going to happen eventually," Miller said, reflecting on Curry's inevitable rise to the top. "It was just a matter of time before someone like Steph came along, who can shoot the basketball like no one else." Miller's words were not just words of acceptance, they were a true testament to the spirit of competition in basketball. Miller understood that his legacy as one of the game's greatest shooters had paved the way for the next generation of players, like Curry, to push the limits even further. In many ways, Miller felt honored to be part of a historical progression that continued to evolve. "I'm just glad I was able to set the stage for someone to break it," he added. "I've always been about growing the game and celebrating the evolution of basketball." For many fans, Miller was the prototype for the modern shooting guard, someone who could stretch the floor and knock down big shots, especially in clutch moments. But Curry's ability to take that shooting skill to an entirely different level was something that even Miller couldn't have predicted. When Curry set his sights on the record, Miller couldn't help but acknowledge that the game had changed in ways he never imagined. A shift in the game, from Reggie to Steph. Looking at the evolution of the three-point shot, it's easy to see how much the game has changed since Miller's playing days. When Reggie Miller was in his prime, the three-point shot was a weapon, but it wasn't the central focus of every offensive possession the way it is today. Miller was known for his quick release, his clutch shooting in big moments, and his ability to get open from beyond the arc. Yet, the volume of three-pointers being attempted in today's game is something Miller could not have foreseen. Steph Curry, on the other hand, has revolutionized the three-point shot. The Warriors' superstar has made it a central part of the modern game, taking and making shots from distances previously thought impossible. Curry's deep three-pointers, combined with his dribbling, court vision, and off-the-ball movement, have redefined what it means to be a shooter in the NBA. "I never saw it coming," Miller said, reflecting on the current state of the three-point game. "I was always taught to take good shots, not just chuck up threes. But Steph has taken it to a whole new level, shooting from 30 feet and beyond like it's a regular jumper. He's changed how the game is played, and I give him credit for that." Curry's ability to hit shots from deep range with such consistency has opened up a new era of basketball, where spacing and shooting are central to team strategies. What was once considered a risky or bad shot, launching a three-pointer from 25 feet or further, is now a regular and often necessary part of every team's offensive arsenal. This shift in the game, which is largely attributed to Curry's influence, has made the three-point shot the focal point of modern basketball. For Reggie Miller, this evolution is a sign of how the sport is always growing. While he may have been one of the pioneers of the three-point revolution, Miller acknowledged that basketball's evolution was inevitable. "You can't progress. You can only be a part of it," he said with a smile. "And I'm proud to be part of a game that continues to get better." The legacy of Reggie Miller. Though his three-point record was broken, Reggie Miller's place in NBA history remains secure. His impact on the game goes far beyond the number of shots he made from beyond the arc. Miller was a dynamic scorer, an incredible competitor, and a clutch performer who thrived in the most pressure-packed moments. Known for his fiery personality and willingness to take on the biggest challenges, Miller's legacy is built on his ability to deliver in the most crucial situations. Miller's iconic moments include his unforgettable performances in the playoffs, especially against the New York Knicks in the late 90s. One of the most famous plays in NBA history was Miller's 8 points in 9 seconds, a clutch stretch that propelled the Pacers to an incredible comeback in the 1995 playoffs. These types of moments are what solidified Miller's place in NBA lore. While his shooting was elite, it was his heart and his fearlessness in high-pressure situations that truly set him apart. While Steph Curry's three-point shooting may have surpassed Miller's in numbers, it doesn't diminish the impact that Miller had on the game. Curry's revolution of the three-point shot may be the evolution of basketball, but Miller's contributions will always be recognized as a foundational part of that transformation. I'm just proud of my career, and I'll always be proud of what I did for the game, Miller said. If anything, I helped inspire the next generation to take the game further. He's done that. He's taken the game where I never thought it could go. A new era, a shared legacy. Despite their differences in playing styles and eras, Reggie Miller and Steph Curry share a common bond. Both are part of the same shooting lineage in the NBA. Curry might have surpassed Miller's three-point record, but the respect between the two is mutual. Curry himself has acknowledged Miller's contributions to the game, often citing him as one of his inspirations. The respect between the two shooting legends highlights the unity in the evolution of the game. As Miller reflected on the passing of his record, he couldn't help but feel a sense of fulfillment. While the record was important, it was the legacy of influencing how basketball is played that mattered most to him. The numbers don't matter to me, Miller said. What matters is that the game continues to grow, and I played a part in that. Steph is just the next chapter in a long line of shooters, and I'm proud to be part of that story. For Reggie Miller, the passing of his three-point record to Steph Curry was not a loss, but a celebration. It was a recognition that the game he helped shape continues to evolve, and that the next generation is taking it to places he never thought possible. In the end, the true beauty of the game is that it's always growing, always changing, and always moving forward.